Hi, it's Chris again with C&H Auto Accessories coming from Margate, Florida. By the way, if you have questions, there is our telephone number. Also, our website is on here. So today, what are we going over today? Well, we got a really nice truck here. We have a GMC Denali Sierra 3500 with the 8-foot bed. That's right, this is the big long daddy here. And we have a truck covers USA American work cover. What is the American work cover? Well, guess what? It's the one with the full-size toolbox. And I tell you, you're probably gonna say, wow, I don't see too many of those. And there's a reason for it, because I think they're the only ones to make a rolling cover with a full-size toolbox. Also, if you notice here, there are the Yakima HD rails. Now, I know a lot of my customers, when they come in and they go, oh, I have an 8-foot bed, and I would like to have T-slot rails with my 8-foot bed. And generally, really, no one's doing it. For some reason, 8-foot, oh no, we can't do T-slot rails in 8-foot. Well, guess what? They got it on this one. They have the toolbox, they got the 8-foot rails, and they got a full metal cover here. So, before I get into all the cool features, John, swing around here. Let's take a good look. This is a semi-gloss finish. Now, I want to talk about finishes. They offer 3 finishes. You can get a white finish, you can get the semi-gloss finish, and you can get a matte finish. Now, when you get the toolbox, the matte finish is not available with the toolbox. So now some people say, well, I'll go get matte finish and leave the toolbox semi-gloss. Or, you know, a lot of customers like this customer say, well, I would like for everything to match. Now, if you get on your toolbox, there's a couple options for here. So let's go ahead right now, and she's unlocked. She does have hydraulics here. You got your little trays here. Now, what's nice about this truck, if you look around here to the side, John, there's actually a step there. So now, of course, you got your stuff from here. You can kind of step up in here. Now you can get into your toolbox. I really appreciate GMC doing that. And I got my little toolbox tray in here, and you got a full thing here. Now you can get a light in here if you like. Now, what do we have on here? Well, besides the toolbox, this does have you can use a key to lock it, or you can use your remote. So let's go ahead. All right, so I use the remote. She's locked, as you can see. And now she's unlocked. So you don't have to use a key to open and close this, but it does come with a key either or. But it's nice to know that when you're locking up the truck, you lock your toolbox up as well. So that's a great feature. I like having a toolbox. It really comes in handy. This is going to be a great truck for everything. For work, for pleasure. Like if you look over at my truck over here, John, you'll notice I have the Elevate system on there, which is the taller racks. I also have a Safari basket by Kurt in the middle, and I have the lower racks, which is the Rhino racks, and all that stuff that's on my truck can go on this truck. Now, the capacity on everything here, the cover itself holds 500 pounds evenly distributed. The racks hold 500 pounds, and that's moving weight. You know, as you know, static weight is going to be a little higher, but if you're driving around, that will hold 500, and this will hold both of 500. So that's really good. So let's go around here, and we're gonna go ahead and open this all up here. Now, what's nice about this, you're gonna have a dual lock system. So you can take a key and you can unlock it that way. Now, what I like about this company, they put this little lever here. I don't know if you can see that, but that also unlocks it. So you can just open the tailgate, pull that. Now, one thing, take a good look. How much room is underneath your toolbox and your canister? So you don't really lose your full 8-foot bed. I know a lot of people, they say, oh, if I get something here, I won't have a full 8-foot. You got some lumber, you got something really long, it'll all fit underneath there. Another really nice feature is the canister is very strong. Now, I know a lot of my other rolling companies, some of them don't have a strong canister. And this one is gonna be one of the strongest canisters. Basically, it's the same as the toolbox, so it's super strong. Why is that good? Well, let's say you have something in here and you're driving along, mind your own business, someone cuts you off, it all comes flying forward. Well, having a strong canister will protect the cover, so that's really good for you as well. Now, this cover does come with 4 drainage systems. So what does that mean? There's 2 tubes in the front, 2 tubes in the back, and that helps with water. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, and sometimes people listen, sometimes they ignore exactly what I'm gonna say. No rolling cover, no folding cover, no one-piece cover. None of them are 100% waterproof. Now, a lot of times people who sell this stuff will fib to you, or worse, lie to you, or they're just not knowledgeable and they say, oh yeah, it's waterproof. They're not waterproof. None of them are. The best one is the one piece, but the one piece is going to be great for water, but it's not as user friendly as this setup here with the T slots, the toolbox, and everything else. From 1 to 100, this one I rate around 95 to 96% keeping the water out. Now, when you have a multi-function tailgate like this one has, that does have a tendency to let a little more water in because the tailgate itself. The cover does a good job of keeping the water out, but it's going to keep every drop of water out? It will not. So if you're going to put your valuable paperwork in the back here, I'd recommend don't doing it, or put it in a nice sealed bag, because small amount of water can get in these covers. I tell people that. We put signs in the store, we put it in the video, and then people come to me and they try to use a Jedi mind trick. But you said it was waterproof. I go, I have never said it's waterproof. So I'm going to tell you the good stuff. I'm going to tell you the bad stuff. I know when you get a manufacturer video, they're going to tell you all the great stuff because they're trying to sell it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I love this cover. I love everything about it. But a couple things I don't like is that lock actuator, which I just showed you a minute ago. That's a pain in the tush, put it nicely, to put in. Now, this being a 24, we're trying to find the schematics for this because they were different than the previous models. And, you know, wiring this thing up took a little longer. Our master tech, Dave, took his time, got it, and it works just fine. But we actually had to come back because we couldn't find the schematics for it. We put everything else on, which was an inconvenience for our customer, and I do apologize to them. But if you're doing this yourself at home, keep that in mind. That's going to be a little bit more work. Putting the cover in. That toolbox is really strong. It's also a little on the heavy side. So that means you're going to need 2 people really to do this installation if you plan to do it yourself. Now, I was doing this one mostly myself, but I couldn't pick up a lot of stuff by myself. I needed an extra set of hands to put it up and put it in there, and it's a little bit more work. Now, every time you see a manufacturer video, I don't care what it is, it's always 30 minutes. Everything is 30 minutes. I almost laugh. I was like, I was like, it's not 30 minutes. It's going to take up a little bit of time. Now, can you do it yourself? Yes. We can walk you through a lot of things as you get in there, especially like some of the wiring. We can help you with that as well. I know the manufacturer does not send you a sheet that tells you what to wire for. They leave it up to the guy putting it on to do all that. So again, I think you would prefer me to be honest with you than, it's say, oh yeah, it's super easy. It's not the hardest thing on the planet, but it's about a 7 out of 10 to put this on. So keep that in mind. But when it's done, you got a really good cover. Now, this does come with a nice 2-year manufacturer warranty from Truck Covers. Also, there we go. Oh, let me show you this real quick. If you put this on, you're at home and you pull on it and you go, oh, it came out here. That's okay, by the way. It's just designed. It kind of designs that way, so it's not a big deal. So if you go too fast, don't panic and say, oh no, what did I do? No, it's okay. They don't put stoppers at the end here, so it's just how they're designed. So if you go past it, you just push it right back in. Again, it's a little thing, but I like to point it out because if you get this and you take it home, put it on, and you go, why is it not stopping? They didn't design it to stop there. It can't go past it. Most of the time, it's not a big deal. And I tell people when you're closing, just pay attention to what you're doing. No big deal. Again, really easy. Now, if you one thing you'll notice, how easy it opens up here. I mean, it flies. And I like having this strap, but why? Well, if you ever lift this up, or I know some covers have a handle on the side, which is normally fine, but you got an 8-foot bed, and that's kind of a pain to open and close. So having the strap here in the middle does make it a little easier. So, especially if you have an 8-foot bed. I find this one of the best ways to go. Again, this is a super strong cover. This is kind of like the tank covers out there and stuff. I like this a lot. I think this is great. Oh, one more thing I want to mention up. If you notice, it's a multi-function tailgate. The only drawback, because of this rail, you're not going to get full use of this. So keep that in mind. You could remove it if you like. Be honest with you, I don't think anyone actually uses that unless they're 80 years old or they get in and out. But another thing I like to point out, again, I want to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is. None of that's a big deal, but it's good to know. Again, this is the Truck Covers USA American work cover on a brand new 2024 GMC 3500 Denali. That's right, the good looking one here. Again, I'm going to close this up. Now I want to show you, go ahead and open this here. I know a lot of people ask, hey, can you still use this? I'm like, yeah, as you can see, this all works just fine. So you don't lose any of your cool stuff here. So all works great. Now, if you like this, we can ship it anywhere in the country, or you can come here, let us put it in. Like I said, it was a little bit of a headache to put this in. It's not the easiest cover out there, but again, we do a nice job. And if anything we do, we put a 1-year warranty on it. Just in case we didn't make a mistake, it's covered, which is really nice. And we work with the manufacturer. You're like, what do you mean? Well, like this lock, we don't cover that lock. That's covered under the manufacturer's warranty. So if that lock was to break, they'll send the customer a new lock. But within the first year, we cover all the labor. That means we'll put the new lock, they'll bring me the lock, I'll put it in free of charge. Now, if anything else is to break and they send a part, we'll put it in free of charge. We don't do the parts, we do the labor. And I know none of my competitors do anything like that. They do, I know one place, I'm not gonna mention their name, and John, who's behind the camera, our general manager, he'll remember this joke, where I used to work going back 20 years ago. My old boss used to say, oh, they get the 2 light warranty. And of course, I'm like, 2 light warranty? What is he talking about? And he's like, well, you see those 2 tail lights? When those go away, his warranty goes away. I was like, he thought it was funny. I was just like, well, when I have my business one day, I'm gonna give it a better warranty, you know? And I even told some of the manufacturers, I put a full year in my labor, and they go, why would you do that? And I go, well, I could fix anything. So it's not, if something was to go wrong, I could take care of it very easily. So it's not a big deal, and I think goodwill goes a long way. So again, if we do it, we stand behind here. Again, if you like what you see, we can ship it to you. Come to the store, we got you covered. Again, I'm Chris with C&H Auto Accessories in Margate, Florida, and this is a Truck Covers USA American work cover with the Yakima HD rails. Thank you.